Welcome to the chapter of dynamic memory allocation. It is a very important concept in OOPS programming. Here we will be discussing about pointers, array of pointers, virtual function and more. First, let us see about pointers. A pointer is a special type of variable point to a address of actual variable. So here it is a pointer variable. From the name itself you can understand pointer variable just points to the address of the actual variable. Here I am having an actual variable x is equal to 100. For declaring a pointer variable, after the data type, you have to mention a star symbol. Then you have to name your pointer variable. Here I have the actual variable int x is equal to 100. To access the address of x, first you have to give the ampersand symbol. Then you have to give the variable x. Now in this equation, right hand side we are having the address of x, which is assigned to the pointer ptr. So how a pointer works? I create an integer variable x equal to 100. Now let me print in the cout statement the address of x. To print the address, first you mention the ampersand symbol, then you say the variable name. So now we will get the address of the variable x. Here I am getting the address of x as this. Let me create a pointer variable. To create a pointer variable, after the data type, you mention the star symbol, and after that you give the pointer name. I'm saying the pointer name is ptr. Now I want this pointer to point the address x. Now this pointer is pointing the address x. The cout statement I'm saying accessing variable x by pointer. Now I print the pointer here. Let me run this code. It says accessing the variable x by pointer and the value is 100. When we use the star symbol, this will access the data in the address x. If I remove this star symbol, it just prints the address of x. So you can see it prints the address of x. To access the data, you mention the star symbol, then you can access the data in the address of x. So it says 100. So this is the address of x. I am assigning the address of x to the pointer ptr. By using the star symbol and the pointer variable ptr, I am accessing the data in the point address which it points. If I remove the star symbol, it will print only the address. When I use star, it accesses the data in this address. The concept of pointers are very useful in the dynamic memory allocation of an array. In a normal array, we can't change the size of the array, but in a pointer array, we can change the size of the array. To allocate memory for a pointer array dynamically, we have to use the keyword new and delete. These keywords are used to set the memory for a pointer array during the runtime. So let me create a pointer array in now next I'm filling x is equal to new, and I'm going to say the size of the pointer array x. To mention the size, first you say the data type int, then inside the square bracket you have to mention the size. I want it to be 5. So here I say the size of the pointer array. Now I have created a pointer array with the size of 5. New keyword is used to dynamically allocate memory for an array during the runtime. Here I am saying int, and inside the square bracket I am saying 5. So now this variable x is capable of storing 5 integers value. So now using a for loop, I am going to get input for this array x. So I am saying int. Using this for loop, I am getting the input, and using another for loop, I will print the output. So let me run this code. So I'm entering the value as 11. So after entering the value, it prints the result. Let me change the size of the array. X is equal to new and int. Now here I am going to change the size of the array to 8. Using this for loop statement, I am going to get the input. Here I am printing the output. Now let me run this code. Now let me enter the 8 values as 11, 22, 33. So after entering these 8 values, it printing the result. So now I have changed the size of this array. First the size is 5, then I am changing the size as 8. Because it is a pointer array, I can able to change the size. As we see before, we can assign a normal array to a pointer array. First let me create a normal array. I'm saying int. Now the size of this array element is 5. Now I'm creating a pointer variable. So int. Here I have created a pointer array. Now I'm assigning this pointer to the actual array x. Now let me access the array elements using this pointer ptr. I create a for loop to access the array element. Inside this for loop, I'm using the cout statement. If we don't use the star, it will print the address. So after star, I'm mentioning parenthesis. Inside this, I'm saying the name of the pointer and I'm using the post increment operator. This post increment operator is used to switch the each element of this pointer array. First it accesses the 0th element, then the value get incremented, then it accesses the first element, second element, and up to 5 elements. So let me run this code. See it printing the value of the array element x. Here we are having the normal array and here we are having the pointer array. This normal array has values, this pointer array has addresses. While assigning this normal array x to the pointer array, it creates space for 5 integer value. So the data type of the normal array is integer. So each value of integer occupies 4 bytes. Now this pointer array is capable of storing 5 integer values. So each integer element here occupies 4 bytes. So 4 into 5 is 20. Now this array pointer ptr can store 20 byte of memory. By using this ptr plus plus, we are just jumping to the next array element. So the integer value is 4. So it has 4. By using this ptr plus plus, we are jumping to the next address. So each integer value occupies 4 bytes. So first the value is 0. First it accesses this address and shows the value. At next it jumps to the next address. Due to this plus plus symbol we are using here. And then it moves to the next address. And up to the 5th address here. We also can create a pointer object to a class. So let me create a simple class called as data. I am creating a private string variable name and under public I'm going to use two functions to get data and to display the data. The function is void get. Inside void get using scene statement I'm getting the name and using another member function void disp I'm going to display the name. Listen cout I'm printing the message name. Then I am printing the variable name. Inside the main function, I am going to create a pointer object. The process of creating a pointer object is same as creating a pointer variable. First, let me say the class name. And then I mention the star symbol. So the object is going to be a pointer. I'm saying the object. So after this, you have to give the keyword new and you have to mention the class name once again. So here we are dynamically assigning the memory for the pointer object. So let me access the member function. To access the member function of a pointer array, you have to use the symbol hyphen and greater than symbol. Then you have to mention the function name. First I'm saying the function name get. Then I'm going to display. So this symbol is known as membership access operator. It is used for pointer objects. For a normal object, you have to use this dot operator. Here I'm having the same function and I'm having the normal object obj and I'm using the dot operator here. Here I'm having a pointer object, so I'm using this membership access operator. So now I'm calling the member function this. So let me run this code. I'm saying the name is Sam. See it printing the name as Sam. So here I'm using a pointer object and a membership access operator to access the member functions. So this is how you have to create a pointer object. So let us learn about virtual function. A virtual function is a member function that is derived in a base class and it is redefined in the derived class. Let me show you an example. Here we have a function void location which is derived in the base class. So this is a base and this is a derived class. We are having a function called as location in this both these classes. Here in this base classes we are having the function location. In the derived classes we are going to override this function location. So let us write a new code. Let me create a class called as continent. I'm defining the class. I'm creating a public function. The function name is void location. I define this member function afterwards. Let me create another three classes. So I'm just renaming this as country. And this country class is going to inherit continent class. So this is the derived class here and this is a base class. So I'm saying public continent. Here I'm renaming it as state and it's going to inherit the base class continent. So continent. So inside this location function in this all three classes, I'm going to print a cout statement. So I say cout. So in the first cout statement of the base class, I'm saying the continent as Asia. And in second, I'm saying the location as a country location as India. And the state location, I'm saying the state as Tamil Nadu. So the continent is the base class and the country and the state are the derived class. Now in the main function, I'm creating object for the class country and state. So I'm saying country and the object name is C and the state and the object name is S. Now I'm going to create two pointer object for the base class. Here the base class is continent. So I first say the class name continent and then mention the star symbol. Then I'm saying con1. So now I'm assigning the address of the object country C. So now I'm creating the second pointer object for the continent. Let it be con2 and I'm assigning the address of the state object which is S. So now I'm trying to display the location. So I'm saying con1 and I'm using the membership access operator because this is a pointer object. So we have to use this and I'm saying the location and con2 and again membership access operator and again I'm saying the location. Here the expected output is India. So the first member function is going to execute this block of code and it will execute India. So at next, it's going to execute the state location, which is Tamil Nadu. So this is the output I'm expecting. Let us see what is the output. Let me run this. It is not the expected output. It is saying Asia, Asia. What it do here is it just executes the base function definition. So it calls Asia and Asia. So we want to execute these functions in the country. This function we want to be executed as India, and in the state this cout statement we want to be executed. So to make this happen, we want to just say the keyword virtual. As our definition says, a virtual function is a member function that is declared within a base class. Here we having a virtual function which is defined inside the base class. Here this is a base class here, and it is overridden or redefined in the derived class. Here we having the derived class. Here we having the same function name. Function name is location, which is same in these both three classes. Here we are overriding the function definition. So here it's going to print India, and here it's going to print Tamil Nadu. In the derived class function void location, you have to mention the keyword override. So I'm telling the compiler that I'm going to override this function location. So I say the keyword override, and here too I say the keyword override. So now I am having a virtual function in the base class. I'm overriding it in the derived classes. So initially it's going to print Asia in the base classes. Now I'm overriding the function location. So it is going to be print India and Tamil Nadu. So let me run this code. Let us see we will getting the expected output or not. Let me run this. See, we are getting the expected output as India and Tamil Nadu. So this is how virtual functions work. The virtual function is known as runtime polymorphism. The method of overloading a normal function is called as polymorphism. Here in the virtual function, the method is called as runtime polymorphism. So during the runtime, it decides which function is going to be executed.